Hey everybody, welcome to the Winter Wonderland. I'm Joe, and today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at pigs on the homestead. We got a bunch of snow last night. Everybody's bundled up, eating, sleeping, kind of being dormant. But there's a lot of things to consider when you're raising pigs on pasture in the winter. So we're with Mark from Baker's Green Acres. This is going to be a good time. It's the Anyone Can Farm experience. All right, so Mark, tell us a few things to watch for with pigs on the homestead in the winter.
Okay, the biggest thing is probably the breed. These are Mangalitsa and Mangalitsa crosses, and you cannot beat them for a cold weather hardy pig. And you know, hands off, they like to handle things themselves. If we tried this with pink pigs, we probably wouldn't have the same success rate. What we're looking at here is we're looking at pigs, if you look at them, that are thriving. They're actually thriving in this environment. Whereas if I had to live out here with no clothes on, I might make it, but I don't know as I would thrive. I'd be probably pretty skinny in a week or so. Number two is the use of straw. All right, so I have a bucket load of straw right there that I've just brought over, and I'll do this occasionally, you know, once a week or so, just so there's some dry bedding in here. They generally will take that straw and distribute it into the huts. It's just part of their mothering instinct that comes with the Mangalitsa. There she goes right now. One of them's hauling some of it off. All right, she thinks she's gonna be having a baby here soon. Straw is a byproduct of grain production. It's not something that I produce here, so I buy it. And I pay about $30 for a large round bale. And that may seem like a lot. I buy about 22 of them a season. So it's a few $100, but I'm getting two kicks out of it. Number one, I put it in here for bedding for them, so they're able to make their nests out of it and kind of keep themselves warm. They come out during the day, they eat hay, they eat the feed that I provide them, and then they need a good warm place to go lay down. Sort of like me, I can work hard during the day, do what I need to do, but it really helps me a lot if I can sleep someplace that's warm. And that's what they get with straw. Obviously, I can't put blankets out here for them. I definitely don't want to use heat lamps or anything like that because it's a draw on you, and heat lamps are very, very dangerous. We never ever use heat lamps in buildings. But with the combination of straw and then a little bit of shelter like this porta hut right here, I've had these things for 15 years and they show very little. Well, they're beat up a little bit, but they're still really serviceable. They'll be good for another 15 years. And they've hauled all that in there. I haven't done that. I just provided it for them, and they're the ones that are going to move it around. As far as water goes, all right, a lot of people are hesitant. They're pig hesitant because of watering in the wintertime. And the thought being that, you know, the pigs should have water whenever they need it. They should be able to go over and get a clean, cool drink of water. The only problem was in the wintertime, like now it's 20 degrees, it won't stay water for very long. But you'll notice we have all this nice clean white snow on the ground. And although some people don't believe that the pigs can sustain and thrive on that, just take a look at these pigs. And they have had nothing but snow for about a month now. That's all they have. And we've done it like this for many years. It's the way we were taught how to do it and had no problems with it. I know it doesn't exactly square with what you've heard, but if I do provide water for them, they usually just sniff at it and then tip it over. They prefer the taste of the snow, apparently, so they do. As far as feed goes, we just put their feed out on top of the snow. That's all we do. So these guys are getting junk bread, hay, and occasionally they'll get a bag of of feed if I'm a little concerned about their mineral intake. But not very often. They look good. If you look at them, the tails are swishing back and forth. They have big smiles on their faces. Their coats are nice and shiny. Their eyes are bright. There's no problem with these pigs out here right now. They're doing just fine in the environment that they're in.
Yeah, it's really, you can't understate this breed.
Yeah, the hardiness
in this
breed.
method. Like a pink pig would, like, let alone farrowing, that's a whole different bucket of worms, but just living out here and existing and enjoying life, these pigs are totally fine. Yep. And I don't think other breeds would, for the most part.
No. For example, one of these groups of pig, there's two groups in here, two moms farrowed in the same hut. But one of them, the night that she farrowed, it was 12 degrees. I had asked my kids to bring bedding out to make sure that there was bedding for the pigs. Well, they bedded all the huts, but they didn't bed this one because they figured that, you know, that the sows are fine. The sows that are not farrowing are fine, just laying in the dirt. Well, this is where she picked to have her babies.
Of course.
And she had them in the dirt. It was 12 degrees, and they were fine.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're bedding them when they're a couple weeks old. Like, do they need it? I mean, I'm warm at night when I'm sleeping, so I want to make sure that they're warm as possible. Yeah. This keeps the snow off of them. It keeps the rain off of them. It's just a nice environment. When she's in here with her fur coat on and her babies, you know,
they seem pretty
get up
snug.
close to her, everybody's fine.
And they have no problem. I mean, they're out in the snow. They're running around. Even as piglets, these guys are super, super hardy. You didn't lose a single pig out here, even with no bedding. Like, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
You're managing these animals, but at the same time, you're kind of not. You're giving them a couple natural, like, resources, I guess. You're giving them what they need, but they take care of themselves out here.
Yeah.
All right, guys, hopefully you learned something out of that. This is one way to do this. You know, we come on here and we do our best to show you guys how we do it and, you know, some of the different thoughts that go into it, ideas, but there's a lot of different ways to do this. So get inspired, use these as a launching board, make your own systems, come up with your own ideas. If you enjoyed today's video, give us a like. It helps out with the algorithms, and we like seeing that you guys enjoy our content. If you have questions, drop them below in the comments section. We'll absolutely be answering everything down there, and we will catch you guys in the next video.